Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Today's episode we are going to recap our Europa League fixtures as they have finally been revealed to us. We're also going to talk about one potential transfer signing on a free transfer that I was shocked that he was made available after mutual termination. And we're also going to recap that we finally won a game in the Spanish League. In today's episode as well, once we see how the draws fit into the fixtures and the schedule, because we mainly moved to Real Betis to target this competition, we will be giving you Mikhail Tablev at home as a game as well. Lastly, let's say thank you for the support. The channel's getting quite a lot of views. That is awesome. If you are a new watcher, do subscribe. I've actually had an intake of about 3 or 4 different subscribers for a lowly content creator like me. That's absolutely superb. And lastly, if you are enjoying the content, give it a like and leave a comment just for the algorithm as well. Now, I'm actually going to do this in reverse order. I'm going to firstly talk about the boys that beat Espanyol 4-0. Now, we played very well. Unfortunately, Zakarian's out with fracture ribs for the next 2 to 3 weeks, but he should be okay. Fingers crossed that he's okay. And from there too, we won 4-0 after they went down to 10 men in the 4th minute. So we're going to recap this first. Then I'm going to talk about the potential signing and if you would sign him. And I'm actually put it into my Discord and they want me to go live, even though they know they're about, filming this about 8 to 10 episodes behind. I'll start double uploading so it catches up. I play way too much FM to probably be a content creator. But yeah, look... we played some really good football here against Espanyol. Remind me a lot of our first game of the season against Vallecano that we did not win. But great movement, little intricate passes in and around the area is superb. Ramos picks up a ball. Abda Vinicius, by the way, complete wing back on attack, could be something for the future. Great ball. Canales is the new captain, drives forward from the middle of the park. Great finish there as well. And then lucky last, Luis Enrique on for Kia, who's still complaining about not having a Champions League football here, but William Carvalho, top of the box, bangs one in, and thank you very much. That's all she wrote. Now, that's a very good team. Do note that Asta played very well, and I think he's going to be a fantastic footballer, and we are going to be playing him a lot. He's currently wanting to be a squad player. We're definitely going to play him. Anyone that I sign now, because I've already done my squad for Europe, means that they can't be part of the European League phase games, which means he's going to play every one of those matches. But I have found a midfielder, and I was very shocked when he was released by Man United. Donny van de Beek played only 5 games, 7-5, transfer listed when I scouted him for 9 mil, 105k is what he wants. We instantly signed him on a free agent. Looks this good. Is a 3.5 star player, which is superb, but we would move him back a line to play box to box, and he's a good first division player, so some quality there, right? As a box to box, he emits everything that you need, right? If I can highlight box to box, thank you. He dribbles, he's got great first touch, he passes, he's got great technique, vision, teamwork, work rate, off the ball, determination, stamina, natural fitness, up and down movement, and he's got 2 feet. I think that's a player that we cannot pass up. I think this is a player that we have to take on board, especially when you have no money at the football club. This would put me into a wage budget of no more money on the wage, but look, it's got to a stage where we need to make signings like this. Now, he does replace Asta, which is a big call after a game that he's played. But you've got to remember, Asta, right, when you compare him to Donny van de Beek, is more defensively solid, which is great. But you can see where Donny van de Beek's got better area with technical, attacking, vision, and they have the same sort of mentals. Asta can play in multiple positions. So off the bench for a weaker squad, I can play him at defensive midfielder to go rest a player. I can play him in the box-to-box role. I can even play him centre mid on attack. I can even play him in a 10 if I wanted to. I could train him to be a backup right back. The thing with Asta is if I bench him, I'm probably going to use him in every game off the bench, which means he's going to stay happy and he's going to start every Europa League game and still develop. So I think signing Donny van de Beek makes total sense. But as mentioned, I'm about to go live on stream. If you ever want to check out any of my live streams, links down below to my Twitch link. Do recommend you give it a follow and turn on your notifications because I do try to stream a fair bit. And look, I'm going to see what the Twitch thinks as I put it in my Discord to say, hey, should we sign Donny van de Beek? And they want me to go live and see what they think of a 27-year-old Donny van de Beek, which fair enough. And then with that being said, you saw the league phase fixtures. Everything there. Everybody is registered that's currently at the football club, so we have no issues there. It's a pretty good draw. Maccabi Tel Aviv should be beating them. AZ away in the Netherlands, not an easy tie in the Europa League for sure. Red Star as well away can be very difficult. They come out of pot 2, AZ out of pot 1. Osijek though is coming here from Serbia. That should be a pretty easy win. We've got Ghent at home. Never easy AAA Ghent, but at home should be beating them. Rangers at home. Glad we drew him at home because at home I think we can beat him. Lech away and Rosenborg away. I think that we should be winning 6 of those 8 games, and that should be enough to hopefully get us into the top 8 to get into the round of 16. What I'm going to do now here, YouTube, is cut away because we are going to give you the Michaeli Taylor-Ev game here shortly. And what I am going to say is this. Where do you think I'll finish in this league phase? Should I sign Donny van der Beek? And do you think we should stay here more than one season, or are you kind of thinking like me, try and win the Europa League now, resign? Because look, if this is the sort of money the board's going to give us, we might be in a little bit of trouble here longer term as well. Welcome into our first game in the Europa League here, YouTube. Real Hippus or Real Betis, however you want to go over it, versus Michaeli Taylor-Ev. Massive game, a game that we should be winning, and a game against a side that, look, I look at, Aaron's a pretty good player. People know him at 37, but at 37, he's probably over the hill. A 32-year-old is a defensive midfielder who's a little bit alright, the Israeli international. I think we're in a very good spot to win this first game here. Since we last met, of course, which was our recap, we have firstly decided to go with a rotated side and beat Cadiz away from home 3-1. William Jose scoring, Pezzella from a corner, and Danny Perez from the defensive midfielder role. I'll show you the goals here nice and quickly. We did concede one late, but big shout out to the keeper there as well for ourselves. He did save a penalty late doors. I have completely blanked what my keeper's name is. Anyway, ball in backseat. Luis Enrique heads down to William Jose. Very nice goal. Always nice to rotate and win. Obviously, we much rather just go for the Europa League and see what happens. Our tour then at the front stick scores before William Jose, of all people, taking a set piece. We are rather in the box. Falls to Danny Perez, who volleys home. We did concede one, but mercifully did not concede the penalty. A mistake there. Now Rocken scores where we should have really scored. But look, our keeper, Rui Silva, great penalty save. He's decent at what he does. Now, the Donny van der Beek story. I thought he was going to join right now. He's going to join on the transfer window opening on January the 1st. I'm still going to sign him because he's really good depth. And with that really good depth as well, 1 second, we've had a bit of spam come through in the Twitch chat. Links down below to come look at the spam in the Twitch. Can't remember what I was saying now. I was rattling away. With Donny van der Beek, he's obviously joining in January. I still rather get him because I think he's better than Arset, but Arset might be better by that stage. But the depth is just so important because Donny can play in multiple areas. Now, lastly, we do have Zakarian being fit and available in 3 days' time. He's not past fit for this. However, this is one of our biggest games of the season. So, as much as he's not past fit, I don't know how much more injury he can really do to himself. So, I'm going to start him. And we are going to be brave. So, it is going to be Silva, Sabali, Gabia, Luis Felipe, Abda Vinicius, Carvalho, Canels, Arset, with Fekir, Arsene Zakaria, and Iglesias, Borja up top. Please note, Borja's had some interest from Porto and Benfica. My issue with Borja is that his contract is expiring at the end of the year. I have no money to re-sign him to a new deal. It's one of the main reasons I want to leave Real Hippus already is I have no money to re-sign my players that I want to keep, and I've got no one that I can tie down to a new contract, and I've got no money to improve the squad. We really hope that at some stage the board recalculate our budgets halfway through the year, but we'll wait and see if that's going to be the case. Now, we need to go in and win this game of football, so let's go and see what the boys want to do about it, and let's go see how they're lining up. Actually, we got the beautiful cut screen for that, so let's go see how they're lining up here. Europa League could open up the volume here, the game volume, and let you guys hear the Europa League anthem, but we won't. But there they are, lining up in a 4-3-3. Almong on one side. They've got Bidden at the back as well, as people may know. They've got an okay squad for the Europa League, but we should be beating them, and away we go. I expect to dominate. Only problem is, last time you saw me play at home against a side that we should beat, which was Vallecano, we dominated and we could not score. Let's see how we go here today. William Carvalho wins. Borja, Iglesias dropping in. Fekir is running in behind now. Forced very wide. Holds it up, lovely. Cuts it. Borja blocked on the goal line and warning shot from Real Hippus, but no goal, unfortunately, from the Betis side. I'm going to switch in and out of Hippus or Betis. Let me know. What would you prefer me to call them? Anyway, Gabia does enough. Sabala. Luis Felipe, who... It's got the nickname of Ramos. I don't know why. Every FM, it does my head in. Fekir. drives inside at will. Borgia now makes a run. Arsene Zakaria finds Abda Vinicius in the area, cuts one in there, and somehow between the defender and the keeper it stays out, and this has Vallecano vibes all over it. This has Vallecano vibes all over it, where you dominate and you do not score. Another highlight though, need that goal before the 20th minute mark to open this game up. And played all the way back to Daniel Winnet, who's had a pretty good first 15 minutes. They go long, looking for a ball there. Abda, poor touch. Are we going to concede, are we? No, we're not. Rui Silva does well. But that's the danger when you're dominating a game and then it's one defensive mistake. Abda Vinicius with a very poor touch, but he gets lucky. Gabia driving. Fekir presents at feet, which is great. Finds Borgia. Arsene's in. Big moment. And 1-0. Arsene Zakaria scores. We've risked him with the injury. We've brought him in and wasted our whole budget basically on him because I think he's good enough to nearly win the Europa League by himself. And he's only going to get better coming from Dynamo Moscow and playing in the Spanish First Division. And that's a great goal. Great ball from Borgia presenting in. Great ball through. And Arsene isn't going to miss that. And we lead 1-0. Very nice. We get that early goal. Set piece for Kier. Probably too far out, but he's a very good dead ball specialist. Fortunately, too much whippage on it. But everybody loves a little bit of whippage. The front three having a pretty good time. Would love a second. With a second, Arsene Zakaria would come off. I don't want to really over-risk him. He's got my goal and he's already 33 minutes and I really got a knock. I'm going to take him off. I think I'm going to get Rodri in. Now, Rodri's a really good footballer. I might get him onto the other side. Now, he's got a preferred left foot. And he prefers being an inverted winger on support. I'm going to just do it just to get him in his most natural role. Fekir, though, is going to play on this side here as an inside forward on attack. I think he's just good enough to do that. And there we go. We're 1-0 up. And we continue on. As my cat meows at me. For whatever reason. 40 minutes played. Very dominant. 70% possession. Exactly what we're after. And Rodri now gets injured. Potential lower leg injury. Let's hope that's not long term. Now it's Luis Enrique that's going to come out there on that side. He also prefers the inverted winger on support role. It seems like that this side that we're playing, I've forgotten their name again. I apologise. I'm coming from work. I'm tired and I'm already forgetting people's names. It looks like they're just hell-bent on trying to injure us out the game. The Israeli side. Mikhaili Tabalev or whatever it is. Maccabi. I don't know. Words. This has not been a very good commentary for myself. I do apologise. This is probably the worst I've ever commentated. Gabia drives. Borgia. Luis Felipe holds on to it, which is perfect. Right on half-time. Ball over the top. Borgia's a deadly finisher. He's 1-on-1 and he hits the post. Falls back to Borgia. Second time asking, he scores. I was about to get very worried and upset that if he misses that one because it's got that stink of a game where you cop a couple of injuries, you can't get away and then bang. But mercifully, we do all right. Ramos, Canals, great ball over the top, deserved an assist. Borgia really has to finish the 1-on-1. Mercifully, though, puts in the follow-up, which the keeper arguably should save. We lead 2-0 right on half-time at home in a massive game here in the Europa League phase. In a promising position, William Carvalho, Gabia, Canals, Ramos. A third, and I'm going to start resting people for the next game that we do have. Canals. Arset making a great run. Borgia finishes 3-0. He's onside. And that is a great run from Arset from the middle of the park, who is our new signing. And that's 3-0 now. Now we really are starting to dominate. Great ball there too with Canals to play a nice 1-2 and then a great ball through, which is superb as well. That's a great finish from Borgia. And there we are. Well, thank you very much, Mom. Food as well. Brilliant. This has been a great little episode right now. All right. Another highlight. We are going to make some changes. Yes, I did. Arset looks for Luis Henriquez. Finds him at the back stick and somehow misses that. I am going to make some changes with the game coming up next. Borgia is probably one of our most important players, so William Jose will come in. Edgar's going to come in for Luis Felipe, who's one of our other most important players. And Sergio Canales is going to come off. I'm actually going to give the 16-year-old, the 17-year-old now in Roberto Ripoll some minutes out there as well. And he's going to come out there too. 3-0 up, 60 minutes played. We made some changes. Obviously, we've made a couple of changes due to injuries a bit early in the game. But at least this way it allows us to rest some players here. 70-odd minutes played. 3-0 to the good. I'm actually now going to move us into a lower tempo. Start wasting some time. And out of possession, we're just going to sit into a bit more of a lower block now. This is not the time waste per se. This is for me to actually try and keep as much of the fitness up as possible. But this could always change the game. I always hate doing this, but I feel like it sometimes is a necessary mean when you've got a game 2 days later and you've got no real rotation. We saw how many times it would cost us with West Ham, where we would concede. And to be fair, there was a missed clearance by Abner Vinicius at the back stick, and they probably should have scored. 3-0 up though, dominated the game, 70% possession. Looking for time to tick away. Our fitness is actually very good. I did rest the boys as much as possible, as stated in the last game out in the league. So this is a really good spot. Amlong fouls his man, and the referee decides that there is no whistle there, which is odd. Edgar steps up. Rapoli, the 16-year-old, with a great ball out to Luis Enrique. Heads, cleared. Enriquez again. Arset, not much on here. Goes back to Edgar, who's good with his feet. Abda Vinicius can beat people. Rapoli, the 16-year-old. Great ball out to Sabala. Side-to-side movement, superb. Cuts it. Arset. Rapoli. No one wants to shoot apart from William Carvalho, who then scores because of a Daniel mistake in net. 4-0 right at the end, right at the depth in junk time. Great movement, but no cutting edge. Like, this has to go across the box. We've got numbers running back stick. Arset's got to take a shot there. Rapoli does the right thing. I'm very shocked that William Carvalho went for it, and Daniel spills one. That's 4-0, and all she's gone right here. A clean sheet in the Europa League, nearly said Champions League, and a 4-0 win. And I know last episode we titled it was a mistake to move here to Real Hippus or Real Betis. No, but yes, but no. If we perform like that, we're going to be very hard to beat in the Europa League until we play one of the bigger teams, and that is a very great position to be in. So that is a superb win. I'm happy. We got some rotation. We win our first game. And, well, Rodri's out for 2 to 3 weeks, which is no good. I'm going to leave him to the physio. And hopefully, when we see each other next time, it's going to be the more of the same. Now, I am going to play probably... AZ's one of the big games as well. I think what I'm going to do next episode is I'm going to bring you AZ because it's away in the Netherlands and it's a big game. And if the result doesn't go away, I am going to give you the Red Star game. If the result goes our way, I am going to come back for Real Madrid away from home in the league. I think that's what we're going to do. Till then, I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.